This question is asking us which of these answers provide the right order waves from short wavelengths to long wavelengths. Remember that wavelength is inversely related to frequency. So long wavelengths correspond to low frequencies and short wavelengths correspond to high frequencies. So this question here is asking us essentially to find the right order from high frequency to low frequency, from high energy, since energy is directly related to frequency, to low energy, or short wavelength to long wavelength. Okay. Now, to order wavelengths, sometimes it might help to use a mnemonic. So let me put this up here. This is an example mnemonic. We have from long wavelength to short wavelength, the opposite order than the order asked about this question. We have radio, microwave, infrared, visible, ultraviolet, X-ray, and gamma rays. Now, what I said about direct relationship and inverse relationship, look, we have low energy and frequency, high energy and frequency at this end, but the wavelength is opposite. Long wavelength for lower frequency and lower energy. Short wavelength for higher energy and higher frequency. Now, one thing to note, to remember, look at wavelength. We have these numbers. So the wavelength can be an identifier telling us what type of wave we have. The number here tells you what kind of wave we have, if it is infrared or if it is ultraviolet or whatever. Same thing for frequency can be an identifier. The number here can tell us that it is X-rays. The number here tells us that it is microwaves. So it can be an identifier. Now here's the mnemonic. Rich men in Vegas use X-ray goggles. So the R here is for radio, M for microwave, I in N for infrared, V for visible light, U for ultraviolet, the T here is missing, X for X-ray, and G for gamma rays. Now, the visible portion, that tiny part of the electromagnetic spectrum that we can see, we can actually have a mnemonic for it that tells us about how the colors are ordered. Roy, G, beef. R for red, O for orange, Y for yellow, G for green, B for blue, I for indigo, and V for violet. So again, remember, this is from low frequency, low energy to high frequency, high energy. It is from long wavelength to short wavelength. Now, if we need to go the opposite way, we'll go the opposite way, like in this question. In this question, they are asking us to go from short wavelength to long wavelength. So we need to find the higher energies first. So for example, here microwave, we are starting with a low energy and going to higher energies. So this is not going to be the answer. Violet, so here we are starting with a high energy. Then we go to blue, we go to orange, we go to red. So that's somewhat, we are going violet and this way all the way to red. So that's the correct answer that we have. Violet, blue, orange, red. Now let's check the others anyway. Red light, then microwave, so we are going from high to low here, but then infrared and ultraviolet are higher than microwave. So we are going back and forth here. In here we have infrared, so from low to high. So the opposite way than the question is asking. So again, the answer, the shortest wavelength in this case is violet, then blue, then orange light. The red light is the longest wavelength.